I was ready to get in the water and, if I had to, go and retrieve a body. And then the next call that came through the police radio was, oh, we haven't seen a person, but there's a good size 12-foot so shark in the boot.
Whippet gets an emergency call.
There's someone missing down at Bondi. The helicopter's on the way, the cops are on their way. Living close to the beach, I thought it was just my duty to kind of come back down and check what was going on. Having been here all day and sitting on the rips and knowing where the water was moving, I knew I'd be an asset to the cops or the ambos.
When Whippet gets back to the beach, a major search is underway.
When I arrived, you're always going to expect to see some lights and sirens and stuff, but there was the full artillery out there.
A man has been missing for more than 2 hours. He was last seen in the water. He's travelled from Vietnam with his wife to visit his son and daughter. It's his first time at Bondi. Whippet's assessment is grim.
After looking at his clothes on the ground, no one's going to leave the beach without their stuff intentionally, and they're sitting right in front of the worst rip. I was ready to get in the water and, if I had to, go and retrieve a body. I mean, yes, it could drift. But rips can take fast, but there's not many rips at the moment that are going outwards. They're all kind of going across. Knowing how the water was moving, I was helping guide the helicopter around the bay, saying this is how I think the water would move, and if it was a floating body, then where it potentially might be.
The man's wife and daughter helped police circulate a description. Off-duty lifeguard Mitch also joins the search.
I relayed the description through the radio up to Mitch so he can put the binoculars out and see if, the rips can take people all over this beach, and see if he was anywhere else. Asian, bit chubby build with sort of knee-length black.
The man's clothes remain untouched in front of Bondi's worst rip. Daylight and hope are rapidly fading.
When you think you've lost someone for that long, you're probably going to find a body, and for their family that would have been so traumatic. It all started to point towards a bad outcome.
Missing man Gwyn Vun Hein doesn't speak English, but his daughter, Ty, does. Whippet comes up with a plan.
I said, go up and use our PA system and try and speak to him in Vietnamese.
Nguyễn Văn Hành, nếu con đang ở trên biển, hãy lên bờ và đến gần tòa nhà Lifeguards.
Ty's father, Gwyn, has now been missing for almost 3 hours. As light fades, the search may soon be called off.
I was on the beach, obviously hoping not to have to paddle out and retrieve a body, but kind of ready to go. And then the next call that came through the police radio was, oh, we haven't seen a person, but there's a good size 12-foot so shark in the boot. It was literally just off the bergs. So obviously my concerns were high. You never want to think that someone's gone until you find them. So yeah, it was stressful. Mitch radioed me and said, mate, someone's come to the tower. And I said, I'm not taking the family up in case it's not him. They'll be devastated. You've got to be very careful with the family, not to give them hope that isn't warranted. And I've raced up in the buggy and this guy had a singlet on. He had no shirt on in the photo, so maybe it's not him. We've got him, it's going to be all good. I knew we had him, and you know, your heart rate drops instantly and it's like a big weight off your shoulders. It's a huge relief when it works out for the best.
My mother was like, yes, it's him, it's him. Luckily, we found out that it could be different if something bad happened. She was so happy to see him. He was like, where have you been? And he didn't expect the helicopters was looking for him.
Like, the immediate reaction of the family is just pure relief and joy, I guess, and happiness that he's been found. But it also quickly kind of turns to like, where have you been?
My mother was like fighting him. We were waiting here for 3 hours. Where the hell are you going?
Ty's mum was, yeah, she was letting him have it. Yeah, I think Ty's dad's in the bad books for a little while.
A week after her father was found, Ty returns to Bondi. Her parents are back home in Vietnam. But what happened the night her father went missing?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, a bit less stressful today, huh?
Yeah.
How's your dad? He's good?
Yeah, everything back to normal.
Where was he?
He was like around the bar to the McDonald's.
He went to McDonald's.
Yeah. Like he said that he heard me like speaking.
Oh, on the speaker, yeah.
He heard his name. I so appreciate.
Nah, that's all right. No worries. That's what we're here for. I'm glad in the end that he was safe, and
Yeah, I appreciate.
hopefully your mum gave him a smack for being naughty and disappearing on everyone, huh?